Take control of Washington this November. One big item on the agenda will be adding a 51st state to America. House Democrats today approved a bill that would admit the District of Columbia as a full state, with 2 senators and a House representative. Now, the Constitution clearly specifies that the U.S. Capital Region will be part of no state, which is why D.C. exists in the first place. But according to Congresswoman Maxine Waters, the only reason D.C. isn't a state is, say it with me, racism.
More than 46% of the 700,000 residents are black. Make no mistake, race underlines every argument against D.C. statehood and denying its citizens equal participation.
Always got to play the race card, Maxine.
Democratic and economic injustice we cannot tolerate.
All right, D.C.'s Mayor Bowser, believe it or not, agrees.
Let's fight back against the cries that we're too liberal, or we're too black, or there are too many Democrats.
Too black.
Who we elect is our business.
What the heck she talking about? They always play the race card.
And author of the book, Still Winning. Charlie, how did this become a priority?
They're pushing.
It's amazing because you
Trying to change the face of the country.
And Democrats in the House actually cared about their constituents as much as they say they do. They might work with Senator Tim Scott and Senate Republicans on trying to find some real meaningful police reforms that have become such an important issue over the last couple of weeks. And there's a lot of
They don't want to work together
to come up with some real progress. But this is proof that they really don't care about their constituents. And it's kind of amazing. Obviously, you're a historian, Ryan. You know all this. The whole reason that the District of Columbia was not part of a state is because the founders rightly understood that they did not want any state to have the incredible power of being both the state and the seat of the federal government.
Exactly.
But what Maxine Waters and Democrats in the House want to do is they want to suddenly make one of these states, both of those states, which not only makes that particular state incredibly powerful, it also strengthens the federal government. And I'm thinking right now, when I look around Washington, D.C., I don't think all of our problems are that Washington isn't strong enough. It might be maybe, I don't know, the opposite. But the real thing that kills me here is that the other reason that the founders didn't want to do that is because not only do you make that one state that has the federal government as the seat of the federal government in that state, not only do you incredibly empower that one state, you necessarily diminish the power of all the other states. So Maxine Waters is literally pushing for something to disenfranchise, to decrease the power of her own constituents. So who is she working for? Her constituents or for her party? It sounds like she's working for her party.
Her party and the deep state.
Well, you know what we're getting over the last few weeks? We're getting a full understanding what the country will look like if the Democrats get control of the Senate and get control of the White House. Because they're quickly going to get rid of the 60-vote rule and make it 51. And this thing is going to pass. And there's going to be a lot of other things that are going to pass. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be commonplace. And that's the destruction of America's past and the destruction of America's
defense against all this crazy chaos from the Democrats.
Is happy with the idea that the federal government can have increase more and more and more power, more and more influence over the smallest minutia in our daily lives, then you should vote for Democrats. Because I can tell you that what Democrats want to do is vest as much power as they can in the federal government so that it really does go back. It goes back to money and it goes back to power.
It's a football game.
Around here. And
We got to blitz them.
I don't know of a single example in recent political times that is a more clear example of that. Maxine Waters is putting her constituents behind her loyalty to a party and aggregating more power to her.
She never cared about her constituents.
Washington today stand for. And as usual, that day goes
Look at where she's from. It's a dump. It's a wasteland like Pelosi's.
And everybody who didn't vote to make D.C. a state, which just goes against this thing called, the Constitution. Thanks, Charlie. Have a great weekend. You too.
Straight ahead, millions of Americans will be trying to fly next week, many for the first time since the virus lockdown began a few months ago. How airlines are planning to keep flights going while containing the virus. How can they do that? That story next as Tucker Carlson Tonight continues.